The NBA is back. The new season kicks off tonight. We're also learning more about the moon today, but we're starting the show in Gaza, where more hostages were released. I'm Jeff Pierre, and this is The 7 from The Washington Post. It's Tuesday, October 24th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. At number 1, 2 more hostages were released in Gaza yesterday. The hostages are 2 Israeli women in their 70s and 80s. They were among the 200-plus hostages taken by the Palestinian militant group Hamas during its attack on Israel on October 7th. The Israeli government said the women's husbands are still being held by Hamas. Western leaders are urging Israel to hold off its expected ground invasion of Gaza, while talks continue toward the freeing of more of the hostages. And the U.S. is preparing for the potential evacuation of hundreds of thousands of Americans in the Middle East if the war between Israel and Gaza escalates. But officials said that an evacuation of that size is considered a worst-case scenario and that other outcomes are more likely. At number 2, House Republicans are set to vote on a new Speaker nominee today. They'll choose between 8 candidates at a closed-door meeting. The lowest-ranking one will drop out in each round until someone gets majority support. The party's nominee would then face another vote on the House floor. Republicans have been without a leader since they removed Kevin McCarthy as Speaker on October 3rd, and the repeated failures to elect his replacement have raised the risk of a government shutdown next month. An off-duty pilot is facing attempted murder charges after a flight was diverted. That is story number 3. Alaska Airlines said the pilot was in the flight deck of a San Francisco-bound flight on Sunday when he tried to disrupt the plane's engines. But airline officials said the flight's captain and the first officer responded quickly to the threat. Engine power was not lost, the crew secured the aircraft, and no one was hurt. An audio recording of the on-duty pilot speaking to air traffic controllers about this disruption was posted on liveatc.net.
Okay, I'll just give you a heads up. We've got the guy that tried to shut the engines down out of the cockpit, and he doesn't sound like he's causing any issue in the back right now. I think he's subdued. Other than that, we want law enforcement as soon as we get on the ground and park.
The suspect is Joseph Emerson. He's 44 and was hit with 83 felony counts of attempted murder, among other charges. The FBI is investigating the incident. Number 4, at least 7 people were killed in a 158-vehicle pileup in Louisiana. The crash happened on Interstate 55 yesterday morning. The area had been affected by what's known as a super fog, which was created by wildfire smoke mixing with thick fog. Rescuers were continuing to search the crash site yesterday. More than 25 people were hospitalized, and officials said it's possible the death toll could rise. Story number 5. Antarctic ice losses may now be unavoidable. This is according to new research released yesterday. It said that warming waters around some of West Antarctica's vulnerable ice shelves will almost certainly lead to widespread increases in melting. That means that sea levels could rise much more than the predicted 1 to 3 feet by 2100, no matter how much we manage to limit fossil fuel emissions and global warming. And the research adds evidence to the theory that humans have probably already pushed some polar ice systems past a tipping point. The NBA season tips off tonight in Denver. That is story number 6. The Nuggets are the defending NBA champion, and they're led by Nikola Jokic, the best basketball player on the planet right now. They play host to LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then the Golden State Warriors host the reloaded Phoenix Suns at 10 p.m. Both games are on TNT. These are 4 of the NBA's most entertaining teams. And I'm not just saying that. We actually ranked them. Check the link in our show notes to see where your team landed. And at number 7. The moon could be 40 million years older than we thought. For years, scientists have mostly agreed on the basic gist of the moon's origin story. About 4.5 billion years ago, a giant Mars-sized object slammed into Earth. That then ejected hot debris that would form into our moon. But they've debated many of the details, particularly the timing. Now there's some new evidence. Scientists carried out an atom-by-atom analysis of ancient crystals embedded in rocks, brought back from the moon by Apollo astronauts in 1972. The 4.46 billion-year-old crystals push back the timeline for when the molten moon solidified by 40 million years. But the debate over exactly when the moon formed will probably go on. That's it for today. Remember, a great way to support this show is through a subscription to The Washington Post. We've got you covered on everything from the latest world news to apple pie recipes that you should try. Go to WashingtonPost.com/subscribe to see the latest deals. I'm Jeff Pierre, and I will meet you back here tomorrow.